How important is the ongoing battle of narratives between Washington, Tehran, and European capitals for regional public opinion? And what do you have on their narratives, each and every one of them?
Greetings to you and to the guest from Washington. Of course, for the battle of narratives, it's part of the current confrontation. It's untraditional war, and the basic part of which is to maintain narratives. Now, the United States or the president says that he completely destroyed the nuclear Iranian project, and if Iran tries to rebuild it, they will face more destruction. And the Iranian claim victory as well, that this campaign led by the United States and Israel failed. But in fact, we are witnessing this very fragile truth that can be broken any time, and I expect that to happen. We are still facing a real challenge regarding a treaty or an agreement regarding the uranium enrichment in Iran. It's a very critical moment, and according to last experiences, targeting nuclear facilities is a motive to actually establish a nuclear weapon. We have seen this before when Israel bombed the Iraqi nuclear reactor, and this did not contain the ambitions of Saddam Hussein to actually obtain a nuclear weapon, because he found it as the only deterrence against Israel and US to target him. And if it weren't for the second Gulf War and the Kuwait invasion, he would have been able to go further with his objectives. Iran is working on the same directions because they were already engaged in the IAEA inspection efforts. They did not break the treaty, and increasing the enrichment percentage happened when Trump withdrew from the nuclear agreement. Iran was not committed to any agreement back then, and at the same time Europe was engaged, and they tried to reach an agreement with Iran, but eventually the European stance is always following the United States, and without a real agreement with the US administration there will be no agreement. So the current the status quo is very confusing. Everyone is trying to maintain their own narratives, and everyone is seeking to achieve their own goal, and it's a real strategic dilemma which will lead to one of either ways: either an agreement, an urgent agreement to get out of this dilemma, or to renew the battle and the war and the confrontation once again, and more escalation in the region, which will eventually reflect negatively on the entire region, not only Iran and Israel. It's a very fragile region, and the security arrangements of the past have fallen, and this might lead to further failure and more conflict if there is no wisdom in handling this.